visionary, revolutionary. I'm a visionary, revolutionary.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the DMB Podcast. I'm your host, Camille Salamander, and I'm here with my stupendous co-host, KB the Mark.
Because I'm a fucking mark for this shit, man.
Now, guys, I know everyone heard the breaking news. Vincent Kennedy McMahon is officially retired. I cannot believe this. This took me by storm. I found out at Friday at 5:52 p.m. As soon as I found out, I screenshotted it, sent it to KB, and he was on the phone talking for a little. Vince, he will go on to say at 77, time for me to retire. Thank you, WWE Universe, and now forever. He will go on to say more, but that was just some of the tweet that he made. So right away, once when that tweet went out, I clicked on it because I had to make sure I had a check. Didn't have a check, it was somebody trolling. And it was legit. So I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta watch SmackDown. Offer it. I got to. About 2 hours, well, by the time he posted, it was about 3-4 hours before SmackDown was set to air. It's kind of make you think like, damn, is they gonna make a change now? I kind of doubt it. It was some changes was there, but it was just amazing, man. Before we dig any deeper, KB, when that tweet went out, when you read the text message and you first found out the news about Vince McMahon retiring, what was going on in your mind?
Man, come here, Salamander. Never take a nap on a Friday. Mm-hmm. Never take a nap on a Friday. Because then you miss everything. I woke up from a nap to see the wrestling world being burned down as we speak. The E-Drones losing their leader. And I was kind of sad. Because they have forced him out. And if we know anything about Vince McMahon, he's always defiant till the end. But they forced him out. And now I'm kind of sad. Am I excited for what's to come? Yes. Do I think change is going to happen quickly? No. I don't see changes happening until probably late 2020. I would say not later next year is when I can see you. Is when I can comfortably say you'll start seeing those changes on TV regularly.
I heard that changes has already happened. I'm predicting Vince Yes Man's is on their way out. Bruce Pritchard, Kevin Dunn, they on their way out. I'm predicting that. I am also predicting that I hope, because co-CEOs never works. It's always got to be at least one person in charge. It got to be at least one person calling the shots. Two people calling the shots is never going to work out. So I think eventually somebody is going to step down from CEO. I heard some people saying that Stephanie should step down CEO and just focus on creative. I don't think so. I think if this is anything, Vince retiring, it need to be a McMahon in the predominantly ownership. It has to be. They should keep that within the blood. I wouldn't want to see Tony Khan being the CEO and then everything just basically go downhill. Yeah, you can have some people who know what they're doing as creative, but it won't feel the same just knowing that a McMahon is not running this shit. It's just kind of it. If you think about kind of corporations that does that kind of lose like they value once they go like leave from it, like Myers for example. that was a family thing. When the owner died, he gave it to his son. His son was the CEO and everything like that. And then like that name Meyer went on for a while. Now they got somebody who's not. So even like the Walmart thing, when it came out, it was like the person who was controlling everything was part of the family. And it's like eventually you go out that way. And it's kind of like, the company don't stand for what it once stood for. And in the beginning when it goes out the family. So I hope that's not the direction that WWE is gonna go. I really hope not. But I think not Tony Khan, but I think Nick Khan should resume as president. Stephanie, she's CEO. Let Nick Khan do what he was doing with all the business and everything. And then, y'all focus on control, but there's need to be a McMahon at the top of the top.
I feel like Tony Khan's gonna offer $2 billion to Nick Khan, and Nick Khan's gonna take it.
I think they related some way.
It was a takeover of the Khans.
Yeah.
It was always meant to happen this way. Tony Khan ends up buying it.
Nick there to basically, remember the theory we had, what if it was Nick Khan that released all this information, and that's the reason why Vince where he at now.
So the Khans are working together.
Yeah. Tony sent them over there as a double spy.
Tony Khan shows up on Friday Night SmackDown saying, "I bought the company." Unbelievable.
But right away, I seen this tweet. Speaking of Tony Khan, I seen this tweet that he sent out at 4:27. So this is like shortly after Vince made his announcement. He made his announcement at 4:05. Shortly later, like 15 minutes later, 17 minutes later, 4:27 p.m., Tony Khan sent out a tweet. "Thanks to you wrestling fans and your great support of AEW. I am grateful to now be the longest tenured CEO in pro wrestling. Thank you very much to every single person who watches AEW. See you for Friday Night Rampage." Both companies is kind of, I know I'm gonna fuck up on the word, but contradicting themselves. So they all say that they not competition or they not worried about each other, but then little shit like this happen. Like Triple H going out saying AEW is a piss ass company. Tony Khan doing something like this that's petty and shit like that. Like, for y'all to say y'all not each other competition or y'all not worried about each other, y'all sure is worried about each other. That's my whole complaint there. I don't think this tweet is gonna age well. Will Vince McMahon pop up 3 months later and be like, "Psych"? Or once all this shit dies down, he gonna come back? Never know. He still owns the majority of the stocks and shit, so he still got the final say. So you want to go there if you want to dig that deep.
I mean, of course you're gonna find a way to hate on Tony Khan. Do I agree with the tweet? No. It's definitely not something that I would have done. But you can't sit here, and I'm glad you acknowledged it at least, because I know you'll skip over it if it makes WWE look bad. But I was just saying, you can't go back and act like AEW really started this. It all started with Triple H with the Piss Hand Company. Like, you didn't have to acknowledge where Billy Gunn was working. You could have just let it go. But see, you want to try to, get one over. So now everybody's upset when AEW says something about WWE. Like, bro, the person who retired is a scumbag.
Thank you, Vince.
I mean, yeah, thank you for everything that you've done for the wrestling business and trying to monopolize WWE and turn it into a world power. I appreciate that.
What went through, he's every time, even during in the middle of the allegations, he still came out and got a standing ovation.
He got to thank you, Vince, but they were in Boston, so I wasn't surprised.
Then he got to thank you, and then he also like the couple times he came out on Raw and SmackDown, he wasn't getting booed.
I know.
He got a standing ovation.
I'm just confused on why they're cheering for this man. This is the same man who's for years taking your money and laughed in your faces.
He's Vincent Kennedy McMahon.
He's taken our money and laughed in our faces and given us rematch after rematch after rematch after coming out and saying everything was going to be different, but everything turned out the same. He's just a great businessman.
Yeah. But shortly after that, too, there was another report coming out that said Brock Lesnar he walked out on SmackDown. If you watch SmackDown, you will see at the end of the show, Brock Lesnar came out and destroyed Theory. But this is a prime example of you can't believe everything you hear. Because looking in on it, it just looks like this whole situation of Brock Lesnar was over exaggerated. It could have been a thing that he walked out and then they talked him back in, or it couldn't been a thing. But just the fact is, this is a prime case of you can't believe everything that you hear.
I thought it was kind of weird too, but then it made perfect sense. I'm like, Vince retires, Brock leaves, it all makes sense. But I just kept listening to like the promos within the show, and all of them were left open-ended. So they had probably worked it out, but still wanted to keep the game going just in case he doesn't come back. They were still referencing Brock versus Roman and everything else. So, when he came back, I wasn't too surprised. I guess, we just got to start jobbing out the future of the company, Austin Theory.
Yeah, I think I seen the tweet. You remember during the Survivor Series, and when Jason Jordan was still wrestling, and he was in the locker room pouting, and the SmackDown roster busted in there and jumped him.
Yes.
So that scene, right? Someone tweeted out that scene, and it was like after Vince McMahon announced his retirement, the whole locker room to Austin Theory. That shit was funny.
Yeah, Austin Theory's push is just about done. We just need you to drop this money in the bank, and then you can probably go to the mid card where everybody thinks you belong.
But now I think for as of creative, once we start seeing them changes happen, I think it's gonna be the good thing for WWE. I think WWE is gonna open up that forbidden door, because out of all the pro wrestling, they the only ones that's still in their own little world, their own bubble. They're the only ones that don't do the inter promotion wrestling and shit like that. But once when they do it, I believe this will be the best, the most money WWE will make. They making money now, but just wait until they open up the door and we see cross promotion wrestling. That's gonna make them even more money. It's gonna bring back the audience that they've been missing, so forth and so forth. Because at any moment, somebody can pop up. It's gonna be how it was with the territory days and shit like that.
There is 100,000 seat stadium somewhere in the USA, and there is a $2 billion pay-per-view that WWE and AEW can do. I guarantee you they will walk out of there with $1 billion apiece. You can sell out 100,000 seats with AEW versus WWE 14 matches.
What main events?
6-man tag.
No, it has to be a one.
No.
A pay-per-view. Well, it would be a premium live event, because this will actually be a premium live event.
I mean, it just depends on how you look at it.
A one-on-one. I would like to see Seth Rollins and Kenny Omega.
I kind of want to see I either want to see the New Day versus the Elite, or I want to see the Bloodline versus the Elite.
They
With under AEW tag team rules,
they are open.
they are open. First off, Roman and Kenny should not be opening any pay-per-view.
In the tag, they will.
A
Oh,
six-
we see the Shield reunite for a one-off.
No, why would Moxley betray the AEW roster?
This is for a one-off.
Okay, I'm gonna entertain it. What happens?
I don't know who their faces. Just to see them team up again. You don't think that'll make the crowd go crazy?
I would say if Seth Rollins was holding the WWE Championship and Roman Reigns was holding the Universal Championship, and you see Dean in the middle with the AEW Championship.
I will keep him as John Moxley though. I wouldn't even announce him as Dean.
Nah, yeah. Kayfabe is dead this way. He's John Moxley, but we remember he used to be with the Shield.
Yeah. He had another identity.
Right. So, there, like I said, there's a $2 million pay-per-view there. And for real, if you really want to make some extra money, you can split it into 2 days. It could be the whole weekend. Built like WrestleMania. You don't even have to do invasion angles. All you do is just talk shit about each other until the week before, and then we'll do one invasion angle on all 4 shows. There you go. We've hyped it up for the weekend.
Yeah.
But that's easily $1 billion for each company. I think Triple H should be open to it. I think Stephanie would be open to it. Just think of the women's matches we can get. Bayley versus Dr. Britt Baker.
Mm-hmm.
Charlotte versus Jade. Shayna Baszler. Who would I want? Shayna Baszler, Serena Deeb.
Wow. So as of reporting this, Bruce Pritchard is now head of the WWE Creative.
A Vince Yes Man got it.
Yeah.
He
So how
definitely
long
gets it.
though?
For as long as he wants. As long as them numbers don't dip below a 1-3.
Hmm.
As long as Raw don't dip below a 1-3, he'll have a job. The day it slips to a 1-2, oh, Bruce Pritchard's out of there. See, they've been flirting with the 1-5 and the 1-4. They ain't hit a 1-3.
Yeah.
They hit a 1-3, they in trouble.
Yeah. I don't think it's permanent though.
Nah. Bruce Pritchard can't write. He's a yes man to Vince. All he's gonna do is just keep Vince's dream out there. Got to get him up out of there. We need new everything, new creative, new blood, new voice.
I agree.
I want SmackDown to feel like it was 2016 SmackDown when it first went live. I'm talking about we was just talking about him, the John Moxleys and the AJ Styles. SmackDown was thriving. Shinsuke before they did the bullshit.
Apparently, W Talent was celebrating Vince's retirement too.
I bet they ain't
It
got
did. Friday did kind of seem like everything was up. Like everybody energy was just high and shit. Like even Street Profits, they cut a good promos. They were just like hype. Motherfucking a lot of stuff was dropping. Like you did say something like once they go TV 14, or one thing they're gonna be doing is dropping the bitch bomb a lot. I was like they did it a couple times on Friday, but the Drew McIntyre one that got me. I was like, oh shit, that made me raise out my seat a little bit.
I mean,
since when you became such a bitch? I was like, oh shit, that's words.
I mean, everybody has that one bitch word. That one bitch, however, is used in context that'll pop them.
Yeah.
It's all about the
witch. We don't hear men using it a lot in WWE. It's always the women.
Yes. I think that's what it is. Like, I don't want to see a woman call another woman a bitch. That's not cool.
I do think that a bunch of people who was with WWE is gonna come back, like uh Bray Wyatt, Johnny Gargano, shit, maybe even Killer Cross.
Karrion Kross is just wanting to sit down with somebody before he even agrees. He might go back to WWE. I wouldn't. I don't care what it is. That still is just a nasty taste in my mouth.
Yeah.
You had me just start a program with the returning Samoa Joe to lose to Jeff Hardy in 90 seconds, not even clean, on my Raw debut as the NXT champion. I just destroyed I just destroyed NXT's top 4 stars in a 5-way.
Mm-hmm.
And you want me to lose? And then everybody's saying, all the geeks saying, oh, just let it play out. Just let it play out. Killer Kross was off TV before you knew it. It didn't play out. I'm still waiting on that ending. I didn't get the payoff. And then they took his wife away. His wife sang his theme. How stupid does he look? And you know, I've been arguing this thing with my friend where he's like, Karrion Kross was boring. I'm like, what makes Karrion Kross great is the bells and whistles. Then it's like, he will respond with well, you got to prove that you can do it without that. I'm like, bullshit. Undertaker has always had bells and whistles. Motherfuckers wasn't about to just believe that this nigga just digs holes and takes souls. He needed the bells and the whistles.
Yeah.
So for you to just, or for Vince to just undercut Karrion Kross, no, he's not going to get over. What made Karrion Kross great is the black and white entrance with his wife in an hourglass and her singing him to the ring while he's the NXT champion. His entrance was different. His aura was different. When Karrion Kross came out in NXT, the aura changed in the arena. Now you got him in a helmet and some suspenders.
Do you think there's a chance that Sasha and Naomi can come back?
I think so. But if I was Triple H, I wouldn't even want her back.
Why not?
Because she's not. I feel like Sasha Banks has hit her ceiling in WWE. She's not going to get any better. I think she needs to. I think she needs to be in front of a different audience.
I don't think so. I think she can still prove more, especially with them going TV 14, and this whole change will bring everything different.
It's not going to change. Sasha Banks wanted to be a top star. They never wanted to treat her like a top star. I think she needs to go somewhere where she'll be appreciated. Honestly, I would love to see her go to Impact and take that Knockouts division to the next level. Mm-hmm. I feel like Impact has the best women's roster on the face of the planet, and they book it well.
I honestly do feel like Austin Theory is going to drop that Money in the Bank briefcase, because on Friday it's like, when he came out, it was like, what was your point? You know, because it was like he really didn't have no point to come out and just trash talk. You know? Oh, but Roman lose, I'm gonna cash in. I don't care if it's Brock Lesnar or Roman who's the champion. But it's like, they was talking about the tag titles. They ain't even talking about Roman and them. So it was like, when they was in the ring doing what they was doing, it was like he was just there. And that's why they had to send Madcap Moss out there and all that shit. But it was like, it was awkward. You kind of tell, like, now they don't know what to do with him.
I wouldn't be surprised if Austin Theory drops it to Seth Rollins. Cody wins the Royal Rumble, gets the shot against Roman. Seth cashes in at WrestleMania, wins. Now you start Seth and Cody, and that's your SummerSlam main event.
I can see that.
You
But
just-
last question. Well, two. I'm gonna ask you a 2 for 1. Where do WWE go from here? And do you see WWE getting better? Creative and everything.
I don't know where they go from here because one of Vince's yes man is still in charge of creative. So I don't think nothing will change until we get Bruce Pritchard out of there. I think it's going to get worse before it gets better.
Mm-hmm.
I think it'll get worse before it gets better, and then I think when it gets better, it's going to take a while to get there.
Right.
I really don't see WWE being back to like actual what the fans truly want to see at least until 2024.
All right.
So it's going to take a while, but eventually it'll go back to where it was, and Raw will start to get over 2 million viewers again.
Mm-hmm. All right. I think I agree with you, it's gonna get worse before it get better. But when it get worse, that's when they're gonna make the correct decisions to do. Probably remove Bruce from creative, put Paul Heyman or Triple H right there where they need to be. Triple H become creative of anything. You need to be creative of the main roster. The main roster, especially Raw, it benefit is tremendously from that shit. But guys, y'all let us know what y'all thought about Vince McMahon announcing his retirement. Let us know what you think is going to happen with WWE in the future. Just let us know your thoughts in general. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, push that notification bell for daily wrestling videos. Once again, I'm Camilio Salamander. It's KB the Mark. Simply, we some fucking marks that love sports entertainment.
I started with nothing and came out a king. I've been the one that's been ballin' for rings. It's been me and my team and we chasing the green. My team be the shit, we ain't ballin' for free. My team be the shit, we ain't ballin' for free.